welcome to you all to this discussion about our innovative goal, which is team building. So I'm really excited to be the one to help implement this for home reinventions, because I really believe strongly in team building, and I believe in how we can help innovation throughout an organisation. So I have, prior to today, done some planning for this idea that I'm going to bring to you today. I completed some brainstorming and mind mapping, which allowed me to determine the best way to implement team building into this organisation. So from that research and from that brainstorming and notes that I'd taken, I came up with the idea of creating a team building day. Now, throughout this team building day, there will be many activities held to try and create stronger communication, better skill communication, more trust, hopefully, from each other within the team. Just allowing all of our colleagues to get together and really work as a team, and with any luck, that will then help with innovation throughout home reinvention. So within this team building day, we are going to have 6 activities. Now, the first activity I had in mind was a scavenger hunt, which is very much as it sounds, a scavenger hunt, which will be certain teams working together, getting clues that are set, and trying to achieve the goal of being the first team to get to the prize, get to the end result from the clues that are given. So that's the scavenger hunt, and that's number 1 activity. Number 2 activity is Battle of the Air Bands. Now, Battle of the Air Bands is an activity where you'll be in groups of 4, and those groups of 4 need to pick one song in which they will create a reenactment of. So they will lip sing. I'm not asking you to actually sing. If you want to, that's fine. But they will lip sing, they will air band, air guitar, air microphone. Hopefully a fun activity which will get people free flowing, more confident around each other, and a chance to work together. So that is activity 2. Activity 3 is lunchtime, where we will go to our local cafe together and sit down and be ourselves. I think that's something that a lot of organisations forget, is that it's important to allow your colleagues and your team, your staff, to sit down and be themselves. A lot of people put on a persona when they come to work, and it's something that their colleagues only see. They see that one side to each other. Whereas if you allow themselves, if you allow your staff to see each other in a different environment, it really allows people's, ability to really understand each other, to flow. So I think that's really important, and a lot of organisations and companies utilise this team building. It sounds silly that it's just lunch together, but it just allows people to realise that you're very similar to your colleagues. It's not all about work. You're allowed to be human as well. So that's very important. The next activity, number 4, is my favourite, which is a community service activity, which is where you as a group, and this is a whole group, not necessarily small groups, will come together to decide on a specific community organisation that is requiring some extra support at the moment. So a really deserving cause, and you'll work together as a team to come up with an idea of how to support that community cause. So whether that be like a pie drive, or something like that to then give to the homeless in your area, or a tin collection drive, which is where if you've got any cans or tinned items at home, or whether you're happy to go buy some, You can put them together in a big package and give that to, an organisation that is requiring of that. There's lots of them around. There's some for mums and bubs, so if you've got any spare mums and bubs things, family or friends might have something, bring that into work and then deliver that to that deserving organisation. It's a bit of a funny one because it's not really relative to your own organisation, but I think it allows people to really, see a dimension of something else that they can then work together with their skills to find a really, really nice way to support that cause. So I do really, really like that team building activity. Show and tell, how simple. Going back to basics at school when we bring show and tell, but, allowing the staff to show their colleagues a little insight into their private life. I'm not saying the nitty gritty, but if you're a mum and you've got 2 kids and your kid's just got an award at school and you're really proud of that, tell the world, tell your colleagues. It allows your work friends to see who you really are, to gauge an understanding of you as a person, not just you and your persona at work. It just allows trust to be gained because people are understanding that you're not just who you are at work, you're a person. So it allows that trust to form. And it just allows things to start flowing between your team. So I really do like show and tell as well. Now, the very last, number 6, our last activity that I had planned for the day is the jigsaw puzzle muck-up. Now, this is probably the most tricky one, so I am open to feedback on the whole plan of the day or, the day as a whole. If you do have issues, certainly open to feedback, but let me come back to that. This jigsaw puzzle muck-up is an activity where, in groups, again, smaller groups, you'll be given jigsaw pieces for a puzzle, but they may not all be in the pack that you're given. You may be required to go to other groups and sort through, and this is where the team building comes into play because you'll need to do it efficiently, appropriately, respectively, because they might be completing their puzzle at that time, and you might need certain pieces of theirs to complete yours. So it's a bit of a tricky one, but it's also an in-depth one. So I think that task is a difficult one, and I'm open to possibly moving this task to an earlier time in the day. This is where I'm requiring your feedback. If you do have any ideas on the day as a whole, or if you have any ideas on, the team building activities or one you'd like to implement as well, please let me know by this Friday, the 16th of August. I'm hoping to have this team building day, as long as all goes to plan, in about 3 weeks' time. So please, if you do have any feedback on what I've gone through today, please let me know again by this Friday via email, or just pop over and have a chat to me after this meeting. And I will endeavour, as long as your suggestions are valuable, which I'm sure they will be, I will endeavour to implement them into this strategy, this idea, and incorporate that to try and make it even better. So I really do appreciate you sitting with this discussion today, and hopefully this team building activity will help increase our innovation extremely well. So I really do appreciate your time, and thank you.